Hi there. Welcome back to Very Good Yoga with Billy. My name is Billy. For today's class today, all you're going to need is 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have 2 blocks and a strap, a small stack of books, maybe like an actual belt, electrical wire that's not plugged in, could all be really great alternatives. Let's get started. Let's lie down on our backs. So grab your strap and lasso it around the ball of the right foot. And if you're not familiar with the ball of your foot, it's the padded part right above the arch, but right below the toes. Don't pull on your strap, but do walk your hands up the band so that we take any of the slack and the tension out of the prop. You might stay here, but if you'd like a little bit more, straighten the left leg out in front of you, but if you're doing that, flex through the left foot like you could leave a footprint on the front wall. Reach your right heel up into the ceiling and wrap the outer right hip forward. Take a few more breaths here. Reach your left heel forward, but at the same time, try to draw the left thigh up into its socket so it's like the leg is going in 2 separate directions. Place the strap in your right hand and your left hand on top of your left hip. As you begin to reach your right leg out towards the right side of the room, anchor the left hip down. So we're opening up through the inner right hip. And you're still reaching the left heel forward like you're going to stand on the wall in front of you. If it's appropriate, if you can keep the left hip down, feel free to lower the right elbow down like a kickstand and keep reaching out of the right heel. Come back through center. Keep your right leg lifted. Interlace everything except for index finger and thumb, so coming into Charlie's Angels Mudra. Lift your shoulders off of the floor and find a twist over to the right. So your left tricep is outside of the right thigh. Eventually hover the left heel off of the floor so you have this L shape going on with the legs. Lift your shoulders a little bit higher, press the lower back down, inhale. Exhale, hover the right heel down to meet your left heel. Inhale, lift the right leg up for 10. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 9. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 8. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 7. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 6. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 5. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 4. Lift the shoulders up higher. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 3. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 2. Exhale, hover. Inhale, last 1. Exhale, hover. Bring the right leg back up. Keep your left heel lifted and pulse your shoulders for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into the belly and into your chest. Second side, step the right foot onto the floor. And grab your strap to lasso it around the ball of your left foot, second side. Again, don't pull on the strap, but walk your hands up to take tension out of the band. So with that, we're trying to create more of an anchoring sensation with the shoulders, and most likely there's going to be a soft bend in each of your elbows. If you did this before, straighten the right leg out in front of you. And remember, if you're doing this, reach your right heel forward, but pull the right thigh bone up into its socket. Last few breaths here. Outer left hip forward, left thigh bone presses into the left hamstring. Place the strap in your left hand and your right hand on top of your right hip. Do that same work that we did in the right leg just a few moments ago and open the left leg out towards the left side of your room. So the whole time, it's almost like you could stand on the front wall with the right heel. Your right butt is anchored into the floor, and if you want more support here, and if it's appropriate, feel free to lower the left elbow down. I'm going to keep my left elbow up for this one. Come back through center. Keep your left leg lifted and place your strap off to the side. Interlace everything except for index finger and thumb, and if it's possible, go the opposite webbing. Lift your shoulders, twist to the left. Right tricep is outside of the left thigh. Hover the right heel and inch or two off the floor. So now we have this L shape in the legs. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hover the left heel down to meet your right heel. Lift the left leg up. Inhale for 10. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 9. Left leg lifts. Exhale, hover. For 8, inhale. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 7. Exhale, hover. For 8. Hover. That was supposed to be 6. Inhale for 5. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 4. Exhale, hover. Inhale for 3. Exhale, hover. Keep those shoulders lifted. Inhale for 2. Exhale, hover. Inhale, last 1. Exhale, hover. Left leg lifts. Right heel is still lifted. Pulse your shoulders for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into the belly, into your chest. I had 2 burritos before teaching this class. I was really feeling them there. Hopefully you didn't eat 2 burritos, and that went very successfully. Take a few rocks up and down the length of your mat. And let's meet in a standing forward fold at the very top of the mat. So your feet will be either together or one fist width distance apart. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up high. See the palms touch. Hands to prayer at your heart. Tadasana, arms are by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Forward fold is the out breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep that long spine and step your left foot long and back to an active runner's lunge. Straighten out the back left leg more. And don't move your feet, but try to squeeze them together like you're going to scrunch the yoga mat underneath you. Reach the heart forward. Take an inhale. And step back to downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale, look forward. Slide forward into a plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Lower all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes. Press down into the toenails. Inhale, low cobra. Lengthen the heart and the chest forward. Hover the hands. Reach the arms out in front of you for this variation of Shalabhasana with the biceps by the ears. If you'd like a little bit more, lift your feet off the floor. But if you're doing that, keep the big toes together to touch and roll the inner thighs up into the ceiling. Butt presses down, belly button lifts. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Hands are by your shoulders. Tuck your toes. On an inhale, move through tabletop. And on your exhale, downward facing dog, hips go high. Press down to the inner lining of your hands. And hug the forearms and the outer arms in. Take a full breath in. And on empty, look forward. Bend the knees, hop, step, or fly into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up high. See the palms touch. Hands to prayer at your heart. Tadasana, arms are by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Urdhva Hastas. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step the right foot back and find this active runner's lunge. Your left knee bends, your right leg is straight. Your feet are moving, but try to squeeze them together like you're going to scrunch the yoga mat in between. Reach the crown of the head forward. One more inhale. Step back. Downward facing dog is the exhale. Inhale, look forward, shift forward to plank pose. And slowly lower for 3, 2, all the way down on 1. Untuck your toes. Press down into the toenails. Inhale, low cobra. Hover the hands. Reach the arms out in front of you. Biceps alongside the ears for the Shalabhasana variation. Lift your shoulders higher than your hips and continue to roll the inner thighs up into the ceiling. Breathing here for 3, for 2. Lower down on 1. Hands are by your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press up into plank pose. And then meet me back in your downward facing dog with the hips lifted up and back. So just like we did in our Shalabhasana a few moments ago, roll the inner thighs back, but make sure your kneecaps point directly down into the floor. Inhale. On empty, look forward. Bend the knees and make your way to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. 1 inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up high. See the palms touch. Exhale, fold right back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the left foot back. Runner's lunge, full breath in. 3-legged dog is the out breath. Lift the right leg high to the sky. Flex the right foot. Turn out the toes on an inhale. Bend the knee to open up your hip. Exhale. Knee in between the elbows. Heel, toe, step your right foot forward. Low lunge. Lower the back left knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, cactus the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And maybe this is where you stay. But if you'd like a little bit more, straighten out the arms and reach the fingertips to the floor. Feet are pressing down. Belly lifts up. Breathing here for 3. For 2. On an exhale, runner's lunge on 1. Frame the front right foot. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back left knee. Plant your palms and for a moment, pull the right knee into the belly, into the chest. Step back into plank pose and take a full breath in. Chaturanga is the exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, find your back bend, upward facing dog. Thighs are lifted, gaze is forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up high. Breathing for 3. 2. Inhale. On empty, look forward. Bend the knees and make your way to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up high. See the palms touch. Exhale, fold right back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the right foot long and back. Runner's lunge, full breath in. 3-legged dog is the exhale. Lift the left leg up and back. Flex with the left foot. Turn out your toes. Inhale, bend the knee to open up your hip. Exhale, knee in between the elbows. Heel, toe, step your left foot forward. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, cactus the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And maybe this is where you stay. But if this was interesting on the first side, reach the fingertips down to the floor here on the second. Feet are pressing down. Belly lifts. And could you imagine that there's a string attached to your heart, pulling you up to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Breathing here for 3. For 2. On an exhale, runner's lunge on 1. Frame the front left foot, tuck the back right toe. Plant your palms and pull the left knee to the belly, into the chest. Step back into plank pose on an inhale. Chaturanga is the exhale. Inhale. Inhale finds your back bend, upward facing dog. Heart is lifting, gaze is forward. Downward facing dog, hips go high. So keeping a neutral neck in upward facing dog. Spread through all 10 of your fingers. And to get out of your wrists, maybe you grip the floor with the finger pads. Inhale. Empty, look forward. Bend the knees and make your way to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come into chair pose. Bend into the knees, lift the heart and the chest up high. Look forwards, bring your hands to prayer at the heart, and find an early twist to the right. Connect the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Press your feet down as you bend into your knees, and then look at your knees real quick. If the left knee is creeping in front of the right, wrap the outer left hip back more. Just because if your knees are uneven, it probably means your hips are uneven as well. Inhale, chair pose. Come back through center. Forward fold is the out breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot long and back and find that active runner's lunge. Feet are hugging in, the outer right hip wraps back. Keep your legs in your lunge and reach the arms forward. So again, your biceps are alongside your ears. Reach out of your rear ring fingers and lift the belly off your thighs. High crescent lunge. Inhale, come up to stand. Exhale, open to warrior two, facing the left side of the room. Straighten out the front right leg. Turn all 10 of the toes to point towards the long edge of your mat. On an inhale, fly your warrior. Exhale, back to two. Inhale, reverse. Keep the bend in the front right knee. Exhale, plank to chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale finds your back bend, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Hips go high. Armpits turn in to face your face. And continue to squeeze the forearms towards one another. Keep your arms as straight as possible as you inhale. And empty, look forward, bend the knees, and make your way to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend into the knees. Lift the heart and the chest up high. Look forward, hands to prayer at your heart. Twist to the left. Right elbow connects outside of the left thigh. Press your feet down and bend into your knees. Pull the belly in and feed the bottom right rib cage forward. So you're long through the right waist, but getting short through the left. Inhale, chair pose. Come back through center. Forward fold is your exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the right foot back. Find this active runner's lunge with the left heel back and the right leg straight. Arms reach forward, biceps alongside the ears. So it's almost like you're holding a yoga block out in front of you, the longest of ways. High crescent lunge. Inhale, come up to stand. Exhale, open to two. Straighten out the front left leg. Turn all 10 of the toes to point towards the long edge of your mat. Inhale, flies your warrior. Exhale, back to two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, plank to chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale's your back bend, upward facing dog. Exhale is your downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Gaze is in between your feet. Crown of the head reaches down to the floor. Step your right foot forward. And we're going to come into Garudasana Eagle pose from here. Wrap the left leg over the right leg. And the left arm under the right arm. So think opposites here with arms and legs. Left leg is over, left arm is under. Keep the weight in the right heel so that right leg is doing the work of chair pose as you bend into your knee. Eagle arms are lifting up and forward to spread the shoulder blades off at the back. And your left thigh bone draws back to keep both your hip bones squared with the wall in front of you. Last 2 breaths. Keep your eagle arms, bring the left knee to the belly, and straighten the left leg forward. Reach both arms up into the ceiling. So once again, we have this L shape in our legs. Flex through your left foot, inhale. Left leg stays lifted, exhale, pendulum it down, pendulum it back, Virabhadrasana 3. If you're modifying, hands are apart at the heart, otherwise the arms are extended out in front of you. Flex through the left foot. Turn the left big toe to point down into the floor and firm the outer right hip in. Inhale. Step the left foot back, exhale, and find legs that look like pyramid pose. So there's about 3 feet between your 2 feet on the floor, and there's a little bit of space in between the feet, so you're not on a tightrope. Reverse your namaste. Bring your hands to a prayer position right behind the heart. And if you need to modify this, if your palms come apart, just give yourself a fist bump instead. Right thigh bone back, left hip is forward. Hinge at your hips and begin to bow. So emphasize getting long through the front body, lifting out of the waist. And what I like about this variation is you can actually feel when your back starts to round with your hands. And when it does, pause for a moment. Reach the heart forward. Lift your elbows up into the ceiling and your biceps to the floor, and then proceed to fold here. Maybe your chin reaches towards the right big toe. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands on the floor, pyramid pose. Runner's lunge. On an inhale, rebend into the right knee. 3-legged dog, send the right leg up and back. This is where it's going to get a little funky, folks. Keep the right leg lifted and take a full breath in. On empty, look forward, bend the left knee, and try to hop your left foot to your left thumb, coming into a standing split at the top of the mat. If you don't get there, don't worry about it, just do your best. Twice more. Landing with the bent left knee, hop back, 3-legged dog, inhale. On empty, look forward, bend the left knee, try to hop your left foot to your left thumb, standing split. And then landing with the bent left knee, hop back, 3-legged dog. Inhale. On empty, look forward. Maybe get some hang time as you try to hop your left foot to your left thumb, standing split. And then landing with the bent left knee, hop it back, 3-legged dog. Step your right foot forward. Ground the left heel down and come up into warrior 2. So again, right foot is forward. Left leg is straight. Inhale, reverse. Right hand outside of the right foot, extended side angle. Utthita Parsvakonasana, reach the left arm forward. If you'd like a modification here, put a prop underneath the right hand or place your forearm on your thigh. Left shoulder is leaning back, outer right hip, carves underneath you. Inhale. Plank pose is the exhale. Step your right foot next to your left foot. Keep your left hand down and meet me in a side plank. Reach the right arm up. If you would like a modification, lower the left knee down like a kickstand. Reach your heels back and the crown of your head forward. Inhale the right arm forward. Exhale, plank to chaturanga. Take a vinyasa, and please meet me back in a downward facing dog. Ooh, sweating bullets over here. Okay. Second side. Please just step your left foot forward and come into a runner's lunge. Making your way into eagle pose, Garudasana. Wrap the right leg over the left. And the right arm underneath the left arm for full expression. So the right leg is over, the right arm is under. Your left leg is in chair pose, so the left knee bends and the weight is in the heel. Lift the eagle arms up and forward, spread the shoulder blades off of the back. Draw the right thigh bone back to keep your hip bones even with the wall in front of you. Keep your eagle arms and bring the right knee into the belly. Straighten the right leg out in front of you. Reach both arms up into the ceiling, Utthita A, inhale. Warrior 3 is the exhale. Pendulum your right leg down, back, and up. Pressing the left foot down and lifting to the inner right thigh. Treat this almost like you would a one-legged standing Shalabhasana. So that means the belly is pulling in and your shoulders are lifting higher than your hips. So I actually want you to find a back bend in this shape. Inhale. Step the right foot back, exhale, and land in an upright pyramid pose. Shorten your stance so there's about 3 feet between your 2 feet on the floor. And reverse your namaste. Bring your hands to a prayer position right behind the heart. Again, if you're struggling to keep your palms together, give yourself a fist bump or grab the opposite elbow. Draw the left thigh bone back so you're still trying to keep your hips squared with the front of the room. Hinge at your hips and begin to bow forward. Again, feel for length in your spine. Reach your chin towards your left big toe. And as soon as you feel for any sort of rounding in the back, lift your elbows and triceps to the ceiling, but your biceps into the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, pyramid pose. Runner's lunge, re-bend into the left knee. Three-legged dog, send the left leg up and back. Last time we'll do this. Keep the left leg lifted, take a full breath in. On empty, look forward, bend the right knee, and try to hop your right foot to your right thumb, or as far forward as you can, coming into a standing split. Twice more. Landing with the bent right knee, hop back, three-legged dog, full breath in. On empty, look forward, bend the right knee, try to hop your right foot to your right thumb. Last full round, land with the bent right knee, inhale. On empty, look forward, standing split, right foot to your right thumb. And then landing with the bent right knee, three-legged dog. Step your left foot forward, ground your back right heel down, warrior 2 on an inhale, come all the way up to stand. Inhale, reverse. Left hand outside of the left foot, extended side angle, reach the top right arm forward. Keep leaning your right shoulder back and press your thighs back towards the left side of your back. Inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Step your left foot next to your right foot. Keep your right hand down, side plank, reach the left arm up high. If you're modifying, lower the right knee like a kickstand. Press your butt forward. Reach your tailbone towards your heels. Inhale the left arm forward. Exhale, plank to chaturanga, vinyasa, or maybe you skip it. Let's meet in a downward facing dog. And then lower your knees and find a child's pose. So knees are either together or hips width distance apart. Take rest. If you prefer, maybe stay seated on your shins. Or if you want something more active, find a plank, maybe a dolphin, or just stand up. And then make your way back into the breath. Matching the length of your exhales with the length of the inhales. So trying to take the suffering out of the breath. I know whenever I do those three-legged dog, standing split hops. That always like really jacks up my heart rate. But at the same time, one of the reasons I love to teach stuff like that is just because it gets us up and moving. I feel like we shake off so many things when we do activities like that, you know, more dynamic movements than what's provided in a lot of more conventional asana flows. For 5, 4, for 3, for 2. Make your way back to downward facing dog on 1. Plant your palms, tuck your toes, and lift the hips up and back. Take a full breath in. And with the straightest arms you can, look forward, bend the knees, and make your way to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back as soon as you get there. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend into the knees, lift the heart and the chest up. Look forwards, hands to prayer at your heart. Prayer twist to the right. Left elbow connects outside of the right thigh, and your palms are pressing together. Separate your feet just a few inches apart. And then don't move your feet, but try to squeeze them together like you're going to scrunch the yoga mat in between. So hopefully if you're doing that right, you start to feel the inner lining of the legs engage. And I want you to keep doing that. As you come up onto the ball of the right foot, you still have your prayer twist. Come up to stand on the left leg for this variation of Utthita Si. Press the right leg into the left elbow, and just notice if you're pressing the left elbow into the right leg. Left foot is pressing down, left thigh is pressing back. Twisting chair, step your right foot back to the floor. Twisting lunge, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Now, option to stay here, but if you would like to deepen your twist, place the right hand outside of the right thigh to get the left armpit closer to your leg. And place your left hand on the floor, maybe a block, and reach the right arm up into the ceiling. If you're doing this, make sure that you do have something underneath the left hand. So the hand does not hang out in space. The hand presses down to lift across the chest and to... One more inhale. Warrior 2 is the exhale. Come up to stand. Straighten out the front right leg. Find a half bind with the left hand at the outer right hip. Shorten your stance so it's about 3 feet between your 2 feet on the floor. Inhale, reverse your half bound triangle pose. Exhale, reach the right arm forward. So the palm is facing up, almost like you're going to serve someone a bowl of soup. Your feet are pressing down. The left hand might actually grab the inner right hip to roll the left shoulder back more. Rebend into the front right knee. Full bound, extended side angle. Weave the right arm underneath the front right thigh. Maybe you just roll with the half bind here today. Maybe you just do extended side angle if that's a shape that's already pretty tough for you to do. Do the one you're the most excited about. I don't care what it looks like. I want you to do the one that feels best on your body. Full breath in. Runner's lunge to three-legged dog as the out breath. Lift the right leg up and back. Flex with the right foot, turn out your toes, bend the knee to open up your hip. An option to stay here, but if you'd like to flip your dog, roll forward, bring the left shoulder over the left wrist before the right foot touches the floor. If you're flipped, press the right foot down and lift the hips up higher. Inhale. Exhale, standing split. Right hand down, step your right foot forward, and kick your left leg up into the air. So a lot of options. Number 1, you could stay right here. Number 2, you could hold on to the back of the calf with your forearms. Option 3, if you'd like to take a few L-shaped hops, look in between your hands and give yourself a little bit of space so it's almost like you're in a really short three-legged dog. If you'd like, if you have the space, you could move to a wall. Take a full breath in. On empty, bend the right knee and see if you can get a little bit of hang time here today. And maybe you can get the hips over the shoulders. Maybe just get your foot like an inch or two off the floor. For 5, 4, 3, for 2, forward fold at the top of the mat. Step your left foot down to meet your right foot. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold right into our last side. Inhale, chair pose. Bend into the knees. Look forwards, hands to prayer at your heart. Twist to the left. Hook the right elbow outside of the left thigh. Separate your feet just a few inches apart. And then don't move your feet, but try to squeeze them together like you're going to scrunch the yoga mat in between. Keep your prayer twist. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Keep your prayer twist. As you press your right foot down, come up to stand. Maintaining the prayer twist on your left side. Press the right thigh back. And then step your left foot down, twisting chair. Step your right foot back, twisting lunge. And maybe this is where you stay. If we did this before, left hand outside of the left thigh so that you can get the right hand on the floor, maybe a block, and the left arm reaches up into the ceiling. Straighten out the right leg more. Pull the belly in and lean your left shoulder back. Inhale. Warrior 2 is the exhale. Come up to stand. Straighten out the left leg. Half bind, right hand to the inner left hip. Heel toe shorten your stance once or twice, so it's about one leg's distance between your 2 feet on the floor. Inhale, reverse your triangle pose. Shift your hips back for this more demanding variation of Trikonasana. So when we go from reverse to this shape right here, you create that length of the left side waist. Get long through the bottom ribs. Press your feet down. Maybe use the right hand to lean the right shoulder back. Rebend into the front left knee. Full or half bound extended side angle. And again, if you just like to do the more conventional variation of this pose, do that. Try to drag the left heel and the left shin towards the back right foot and stand in the back right foot. Inhale. Runner's lunge to 3-legged dog is the out breath. Flex to the left foot, turn up the toes, bend the knee to open up your hip. An option to stay here, but if you flip your dog on the first side, roll forward, bring the right shoulder over the right wrist before the left foot touches the floor. Press the left foot down and lift your hips up high. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Step your left foot forward to the top of the mat. Standing split, kick your right leg up into the air. Again, option to stay here, but if you took those hops on the first side, set up here for the second. And again, you feel free to get off your mat, walk over to a nearby wall if you would like. Inhale, gazes in between your thumbs. Exhale, bend into the left knee, and maybe get some hang time today. Maybe you have really low ceilings, which actually allows you to stand on your ceiling. And if you're doing that, try lowering one leg. And get some hang time here. So use the walls, or excuse me, the ceiling as a prop. For 5, 4, 3, for 2, forward fold on 1. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga, vinyasa, downward facing dog. Lower your knees. And roll onto your back. So setting up for our back bends here today. Starting with a bridge pose. Bring your knees over your shins. Bend into your elbows so you have this double 90-degree bend happening in your arms. And it's almost like you're holding a yoga block the long way over your chest. Press the upper arms into the floor. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, bridge pose. Press your feet down to lift your hips up high. Straighten out your arms and grab the outer edges of the mat. Snuggle your shoulders underneath you and try to pull the mat apart to create more lift with your hips and your chest. Roll the inner thighs towards one another and lift the chin away from your chest. Full breath in. Exhale, lowers the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, the hips, and the tail. Do that again. Bend into the elbows, double 90-degree bend. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Exhale, bridge pose. Press the feet down and lift your hips up. If you're staying in bridge, grab the outer edges of the mat. If you would like a wheel pose, reach the arms overhead and pause. What if I asked you to try to get your ribs as far away from your lower back and hips as possible? And then bend into the elbows. Place your hands wide to frame your face and come up onto the crown of your head first. Pull your shoulders back into their sockets and eventually straighten out the arms. Roll the inner thighs towards one another and lift your hips up into the ceiling. Well, no, we'll try to get 8 breaths here. On an out breath, lower the upper back, middle back, lower back, hips and tail. Release on the floor. Okay. So we're going to do one more back bend while we're here. And last time we'll set up like this. Bend into your elbows. Find these like T-Rex arms as you press your arms into the floor. Inhale, lifts the chest. Exhale, bridge pose. Grab onto the edges of the mat, or again, to set up your wheel, reach the arms overhead. Try to get your ribs as far away from the lower back as you can. Hands go wide to frame the face. Come up onto the crown of your head first, and eventually straighten out through your arms. Feet are pressing down. And your thighs roll towards one another. And especially if you're in wheel, don't forget to breathe. An out breath, lower back to the floor. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees are out wide. And do whatever feels right with the hands and the arms. Maybe they go over your head, maybe you place them on the body. And if you want a little bit more support for this hip opener, place blocks outside of the thighs underneath your knees. Bring your feet back through center. And we're actually going to set up for Gomukhasana on our backs. Wrap the right knee over the left knee. And then try to grab on for the outer edges of your feet. If this isn't working, I do realize this is not like a one-size-fits-all shape. You could take a figure 4 on your back. And either way, press your tailbone down to the floor. If you want to take Gomukhasana and modify a step further, just grab on for your left hamstring. Flex your feet well, toes pull in towards the body. Let go of your feet, but keep the shape of your legs You might just keep the crossing as is. If you have a double eagle wrap, go for the double eagle wrap. Scoot your hips an inch or two to the right and find a cross-legged twist over to the left, or an eagle leg twist depending on what you're doing. Reach the right arm out towards the right side of your room, and if it doesn't bother your neck, look over your right hand. If this is too much of a twist too soon, just unravel the legs and stack them on top of one another. So finding something a little bit more accessible here today. Full breath in. Exhale, come back through center. Second side, left knee is over the right. Gomukhasana on your back, whether that's grabbing the outer edges of the feet, the back of the right hamstring, or if you did this before, take a figure four. Keep flexing your feet in towards the body to protect your knees. Soften through your shoulders and press the tailbone and lower back into the floor. Keep the shape of the legs, but let go with your hands. Either just keep the legs as is, or if you could do the double wrap and eagle, find the double wrap and eagle. Scoot your hips an inch or two to the left. Drop your knees over to the right and find your cross-legged twist. Maybe the left arm reaches out to the side. Maybe your gaze goes over the left hand. Continue to breathe. And if you need to modify, just stack the knees on top of one another. Smooth and steady inhales. So even here, we're still trying to stay involved. Come back through center. Finishing up with one final happy baby, grabbing on for the feet, maybe the shins. Press your tailbone down into the floor. Try to pull the knees outside of the rib cage towards the armpits. We'll make our way down into Shavasana. Of course, if there's anything specific you'd like to take for your Shavasana today, maybe you come back into Supta Baddha Konasana, maybe you place blocks underneath the knees to help support the lower back. Otherwise, beginning to settle down into your stillness. Inhale, fills up the belly, the ribs, the shoulders, the crown of the head. Open up the mouth. Audible exhale is release. No more work. No more effort. Shavasana. you would like to stay in your Shavasana a little bit longer, feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like to. Otherwise, begin to deepen the breath. Start to invite some smaller movements back into the body. Wiggle the fingers, the toes, the hands, and eventually the feet. On an inhale, find a full body stretch. Reach the arms overhead, the feet to the front, getting long between the shoulders and the hips. Hug your knees into the belly and into your chest. Keeping the eyes closed and using as little effort as possible, please make your way up into a comfortable seat facing your monitor. Sitting up tall, spine is long. Noticing any shifts, any changes since we began our practice here today. And to seal in our practice, please bring your hands to a prayer position at your heart. Guiding the thumb knuckles up and into your sternum, please invite a full breath in. Open up the mouth, exhale as release. Thumb knuckles to third eye center. Thank you for sharing your practices with me today. Go in peace. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. That is it for today. But if you folks have any questions, if you have comments or even feedback, please let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much, and have a great day.